So I noticed that envy gets a bit of a bad reputation. People say that envy is a bad thing. It's even one of the 7 deadly sins, I think, isn't it? Envy. And yet I have a different relationship to envy. I kind of look at feelings of envy in a very different way. And I treat feelings of envy much more like a clue. Because if we turn detective whenever we feel envy towards somebody's situation, it actually puts us in touch with the things we want ourselves. And so if you notice, somebody who's got a particular kind of career, for instance, and you might envy them that they're doing this cool job, well, that's not a negative thing. That's an echo of some desire within yourself for that thing. That's part of yourself saying, do you know what? I'd love to do that myself. And so this feeling of envy, which is much maligned, can actually be something that's useful when we pay attention to it and not beat ourselves up for feeling it, but follow that thread back to something that's alive in us. And the envy is letting us know that it's alive in us so that we can take note of the fact that this is something that we would like. And the same goes for inspiration. The same goes for whenever we spot something that somebody else is doing that we just think is great, and we notice a pull towards what it is they're doing, we notice that we'd quite like to be doing that ourselves. Even this podcast, for instance, I listened to a podcast and I really enjoyed it. And what I noticed they were doing is they were basically just doing a few minutes, and I liked what they were saying in their few minutes. Different space to me, different topic to what I'm talking about, but I really liked the whole format and I followed the thread. You know, if I'm liking this, if I'm liking what they do, what does that actually tell me? And it told me that I'd actually quite like to do that myself. And so that's what I've been doing ever since. And it wasn't so much envy in that case, but it was certainly a noticing of what somebody was doing that I really liked how they were doing it. And so I'd encourage you to, rather than bash down feelings of envy, or rather than, beat yourself up for them, I don't really think it is a deadly sin at all. I think it's an echo of something that we are interested in ourselves. If you envy somebody who is, a particular way or has a particular manner, maybe you envy how confident they seem or whatever it happens to be, it gives you a clue that this is something that you would like for yourself too. And once you know what it is that you want for yourself, you can actually take that further by taking the steps necessary in order to bring that to life for you as well. And so that's all I'm going to say today, really, is just to notice when those feelings of envy come up, because they can be useful in letting you know what you like. And notice as well when you feel inspired, when you really like what somebody else is doing, and you notice that you feel a pull where you think, I'd like to be doing that myself too. Because I think both of those things, inspiration and envy, have got a lot to tell us about ourselves. After all, we don't feel envious towards people who have the things that we don't want. We only feel envious towards people who have the things that we do. And the important part of that envy is noticing what it is that we do want for ourselves. Because once we know, that's really useful information that allows us to head on a path towards that destination. So that's all from me today. I'll be back tomorrow with another podcast. And if you've enjoyed this, then please feel free to share it to your friends. Wherever you get your podcast, it's available. It's also available as a video on YouTube as well. You can go to sliceoftherapy.com to get to the YouTube channel. And if you'd like to work with me directly, my name is Alun Parry. I run the Liverpool Psychotherapy practice on Rodney Street in Liverpool, and you can find out all about that at liverpoolpsychotherapy.co.uk. So that's all from me, and I'll see you tomorrow.